Meteorologist Ed Bloodsworth joins us from the Forecast Center. And Ed, this is a storm not to be messed with, especially when the National Weather Service is throwing out words like historic and crippling.
Well, let's just say we haven't had a storm like this in just about a decade here in the CSRA. This is certainly going to be one that we are going to remember for quite some time. Take a look at what's happening right now. This is a look at Live Viper 6. So far, we've had a steady light to moderate rain for the area. Northern counties, we're seeing that bright shade over Lincoln, McCormick County, and then it transitioned to that pink. That's a little bit of mixing going on. Some sleet's been rolling into that area. There's a look at your winter storm warnings now. All the counties shaded in pink. Purple counties, Jenkins, Screven, Allendale, and Hampton counties, ice storm warnings going all the way through Thursday morning. So here's the timetable. Let's go ahead and roll through tonight. That's when the activity starts rolling in. Rain, and then by 5 a.m. tomorrow, it starts to change over to freezing rain, and then the area expands. We're expecting a prolonged period of this moderate freezing rain, and that's going to mean some major ice accumulations for the area. You see it continues all the way into the evening and after sunset. Most of this will start to wrap up as we're on to Thursday, and we have now upped the expected ice accumulation here. There's a look at what we're talking about. For the most of the area, 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of ice. Then once you get into the I-20 corridor between Augusta to Columbia, that second shade of pink, we're talking 3/4 of an inch of ice to 1.25 inches, and then I do think there will be a pocket in Barnwell, Allendale, Bamberg County where some areas exceed 1.25 inches, maybe 1.5 inches of ice, maybe a little bit higher than that. So as mentioned, that's going to lead to some power outages and also very dangerous driving conditions.
Now weather coverage you can count on. WJBF Live Viper 6.
Well, here we go. We are looking at a very wet afternoon. The rain that we've had throughout the morning will continue. I think it's going to start to lessen up, though, as we approach sunset. We're going to get a break. This is really part one of a two-part system. Now, the second one is the one that's going to give us freezing rain tomorrow. In the meantime, we're going to keep it very chilly. Temperatures only in the 30s as we're going through the rest of today. Right now, 38 at Augusta Regional Airport. Rain coming down. It feels like it's closer to freezing when you factor in the northeast wind at 7. Northeast winds at 10 over Aiken. Current temperature 36, but it feels like 28. Again, it's a very cold rain across the region. So here we go. We've got winter storm warnings in effect for every single county in the area shaded in pink. Now, these counties you see lit up in purple, those are winter weather advisories. We've actually been seeing some mixed precipitation, a little bit of sleet starting to mix in with the rain at this time. Areas to the south, ice storm warning. That's where we're anticipating some of the heavier ice accumulations as we go through the daytime tomorrow. As mentioned, right now, some very cold air in place here. We've got a northeast wind, and we're stuck in what we call this wedge pattern. Surface winds out of the northeast, moisture overriding that, so the rain's coming down here. Temperatures in the 30s. Sort of feels like Seattle, Washington right now. Very cold air. Let's go ahead and jump over to Live Viper 6 before we get to your forecast model and show you what's happening. So we've got rain across the entire area. I do want to zoom into the north, though, because a little interesting feature, a little weather 101 when we look at radar. You got the rain snow line located just outside of our area. You got this little bright spot here. This is what we call bright banding. I think what's happening is you're getting some sleet melting. So I think we're seeing some sleet now over McCormick County. We're on over the city of McCormick, Highway 28, and we've had numerous reports of some sleet and a little bit of wet snowflake action here in Saluda County. So don't be surprised to see some wintry precipitation in the northern counties through the course of the afternoon. I think that rain snow line is going to start retreating back to the north. It's already been a very snowy day across the upstate of South Carolina, Greenville, Interstate 26, Newberry, seeing that as well, and also across northern Georgia. Now, the activity is starting to wane here across metro Atlanta, but that was system number 1. This is system number 2, really getting its act together over Texas. What's going to happen as that slides towards our area, it's going to start picking up on moisture from the Gulf. That combined with some cold temperatures is going to lead to this freezing rain event tomorrow. So let's take a look at it here. Here's your forecast model. As we go through the rest of the day, the rain showers start rolling out, so we will get a break, I think, by sunset tonight. Now here's Wednesday morning, rain, and we're going to start to see a change over here. This is where the freezing rain is going to start occurring, and watch what happens. It starts to expand and overspread the area by 7 a.m. tomorrow. Again, very dangerous driving conditions as the ice accumulates. We're seeing some of those darker shades of purple across Emmanuel County, Jenkins County, Screven. That is heavy freezing rain. You don't see that too often. This is a very strange sort of weather setup we're going to be dealing with. 4 p.m., we're still dealing with freezing rain throughout the entire day. through the evening. This is 5 a.m. tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see much snow out of this. It may get some snow flurries as the system exits, but this is primarily a freezing rain event as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours here. All right, so ice accumulations. We've been updating this on our Facebook page throughout the morning. That lightest shade of pink, we're thinking about 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. Then for the majority of the area, that second shade, 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. Augusta, Aiken, Evans, Waynesboro, we're thinking we could see about 1 inch of ice. And I think there will be a pocket here where some areas go over 1 1/4 inches of ice. So here is the breakdown here, the bottom line, if you will, with this system. Cold rain continues today, rain and sleet for the northern counties, freezing rain tomorrow. The heaviest freezing rain, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Some areas will get close to 1.5 inches of ice before all is said and done. Very dangerous driving conditions, and we are expecting power outages with a breezy northeast wind along with that. And then we'll see the wintry mix end Thursday. Nice weather for Friday and Saturday, but really tomorrow, guys, really going to be the big day for us. We haven't had a storm like this in 10 years.
And the good news is it won't last too long. By Friday, really looking good.
Most of us could be melted, but again, power outages looking more and more likely for the daytime tomorrow.
Ed, thanks so much.
And also, you can count on News Channel 6 to keep you up to date every minute with our mobile app for your most accurate forecasts.
And we begin our coverage of Ice Storm 2014 with Ed in the forecast center. And Ed, it's already starting to ice over in some areas.
Yeah, we saw the freezing rain, that transition to freezing rain occur just a couple of hours ago, getting an early start here. In fact, take a look at what's happening. Here's Live Viper 6. That area of pink has just continued to expand through the morning. We've gotten numerous reports of freezing rain, a little bit of sleet here and there. It's already starting to accumulate on cars, power lines as well. So this is going to be a full-blown ice storm for us. There's the big picture. Snow in the upstate of South Carolina and Georgia. Heavy rain to the south. We're really concentrating right in the middle of the heart of the CSRA to really be the bullseye for this system as it continues to work into the region. That trek along I-20 going to be very difficult as we go into the next really 24 to 48 hours here as the ice totals start to rack up here. And for more on this winter storm, we're going to send it over to Jason Appy in the Severe Weather Center. Jason, going to be a rough morning. So this has been fun. Hi.
So this is how they did news during the Stone Age.
I guess they did. We have our own little power outage going on right now. Luckily, I'm assuming we're still transmitting, but unfortunately the studio lights are out for the moment.
We're trying to light up our faces as we talk here. I know, it looks like a campfire, doesn't it? This is interesting. But yeah, we do want to stress the point that this may be happening to you. You'll start to see some sporadic power outages if you have not already lost power. But good news, you can still watch us on we're live streaming at WJBF.com, so make sure you do that, guys.
And you know, I don't have one of those flashlight apps, but I bet you I'm going to be downloading one of those things today.
Yeah.
We're forced to light you up right now.
I know.
Anything else, Chris?
Well, you know, we did want to mention at the Melissa Manchester concert tomorrow night at the Bell has been canceled.
It has been.
Because of the
People are going to
weather.
be disappointed in that.
Yeah.
A lot of folks looking forward to her.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I think our producer Stephanie French is coming.
Well, now look at that.
There we go.
We're back on.
Hey, we're back.
It's a miracle. Many thanks to that Georgia Power crew that worked so hard out there to get us back on TV.
There we go.
One phone call, we're back on.
We are back. Let's take